investigate, they're going to find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Andrew's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're going to find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's it up from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.
Exploration is an inseparable concept from humanity. To explore is to thrive and nourish our innate sense of wonder about the cosmos and where we sit within it. And here's me thinking it was just putting on a tan hat and some short shorts, then wandering off into some trees to find a vaguely tribal woman offering you a hand job. Then again, most of my understanding of the world comes from internet pornography. But to explore is to be human, and without a quest to expand our frontiers, we're left feeling inert, stewing within a bitter malaise. Although bitter malaise sounds like one of these new Hellman sauce flavours they've got, to which I say, what's wrong with normal mayo all of a sudden? We don't need to put truffles in everything. But our incessant attempts to spread ourselves across the bread of the planet has left very little untouched with human sauce. Only the very outer parts of the Earth's crust remain, and a lot of people chop those off their sandwiches anyway. Although if I saw one of my adult friends cutting off their sandwich crusts, I'd think that they would genuinely So is exploration a necessary part of human nature, or should we be content with what we have? Do explorers really wear those hats, or is my porn addiction starting to drastically affect my everyday life? Is going to the shop considered exploring? Because it should do, given the consistency of which the Roman road Tesco changes their product layout. And is the real point of exploration about the quest to find who we are, rather than the riches of knowledge and wealth that are promised at the end of it? To help me answer these questions, I'm joined by Charlie Milner, who thinks that an exploration is that little date you get on the back of a yogurt. I forgot to proofread that. Charlie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Charlie, what does exploration mean to you?
It means a hell of a lot, Andrew.
A hell of a lot.
I grew up wanting to be an exploration.
Did you? Be an exploration?
I grew up on Tintin and Dora the Explorer.
Not to be confused with Can or even Mug. You seem confused.
Or Thierry Henry.
Why? Why Thierry Henry?
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry.
It's Tintin when he tried to hoof one into the back of the net. But that's not about this podcast.
But we're not. That's not what we're discussing.
And it's a bad pun, actually, Andrew.
Thierry Henry's all right. It just wasn't really going for what I was going for.
I don't want to dwell on tin.
No.
Or airy.
Henry. Have about it. Please, you were saying something.
I grew up on Tintin and Dora the Explorer. I think Dora the Explorer, just a quick aside for the cultural importance of Dora.
Yes.
The Explorer. I think she is SpongeBob for the honeys. Is that fair to say?
Interesting.
SpongeBob is for the boys.
I think SpongeBob's for everyone, I think.
I think he's male leaning.
Is that just because SpongeBob boy, Dora girl?
That's a very that's a very narrow reading of it.
So what's your reading of it? Might I ask, Charlie?
I think the tone of SpongeBob is kind of Squidward. I've seen some YouTube essays.
Squidward?
Squidward.
What is it with
and
you
taxidermy.
and your...
An emblem.
Emblem taxidermy Squidward. Squidward.
Look at it on paper.
No, I don't have the time or the means.
Well, you
look at it on paper.
Cut out some time for this.
SQUIDWARD. Yeah, Squidward. I mean, you listen to the show.
Arguably, it's Squidward.
Arguably, it's Squidward, but we can listen to the show.
We need some help in the Squidward.
We need some more help in Squidward.
No, yeah, Squidward, apparently, according to some very interesting and important YouTube essays, he represents depression.
Yes.
Men need to talk.
Yes.
And therefore, SpongeBob is for the boys. Dora is
What?
Dora.
Okay, I see. What a ridiculous argument.
No. Dora is flying about being a girl on a little map. A talking map. Maps don't talk, Andrew. But girls do. And they should. We should be allowed to. But Dora's a lady and SpongeBob's a man.
Oh, right. There we go. We got back to that. Exactly where I suggested it might be going.
But I think, so I grew up on them. But then that's initially your kind of sense of the world and kind of books and art is like Tintin. I could be fucking Tintin.
Right. We're back on Tintin rather than Dora
it's both
and
of them.
SpongeBob.
Dora, I could be Tintin, I could be Dora.
Yeah.
But then you discover Miniclip and adult films and burgers and your kind of horizon's really narrow.
Adult films.
So it's like, I think initially I wanted to be an explorer. And also...
Did you? Sincerely?
Yeah. So explorer or footballer?
I think both. I wanted to be an explorer. Well, in my old house, there was like a slanted piece of brick that would go around all of it, right? That sounds weird, but do you know what I mean? No, but it was connected. And then there were little gaps for the doors and windows, right?
Drywalling or cement?
Brick.
But I mean, you can arrange. There's a certain skill involved with kind of laying wall down where you can make bricks.
It was brick.
I see.
But I would climb on like a Saturday morning. I would get up on the brick and I would traverse all the way around my house, and I'd tie a rope to myself to pretend I was really high up, and then like attach it to different bits as I would go around it.
Did you have a little
take me half an hour maybe?
Did you what did you learn about the map?
Nothing.
But
what a ridiculous question.
You might have found some kind of pirates or a small dog.
Yes, I found many small dogs along my house.
We never know. I don't know. You
never know.
And also, Andrew.
But
quickly.
yeah, that was charming. And, this is what kids did before telephones and iPads. You used to go up and I'd attach myself to a rope and traverse my house. That's what we should be having. That's what the kids need nowadays.
I think there are still kids doing that, surely.
Maybe.
But maybe online, in the metaverse.
I imagine in the metaverse.
With
they've got
a digital stick with a little digital blue sack on the end of it.
Yeah,
pretending
massive
to
headphones on. And then the big eye things,
wankers.
goggles, eye things.
Should we tell them to get a life?
Little wankers,
Fuck
get a
off.
life.
Get a
Or
life. Get
they're
out there.
traversing a rock climb and they turn and there's accidentally a woman with giant jugs over there.
Yeah, how convenient.
Shut up, kids. Go fuck off.
Fuck you.
But yeah, a better life. And so I think I also share in your, I would have liked to be an explorer as well.
But when did the options narrow for you and you started having to do stuff like this?
I think I never really took it seriously enough, if I'm being honest. Do you think you ever got to a stage where it was like, this could be a feasible career?
Not really. I think, to be honest, as we will inevitably get onto,
yes,
I think the age of exploration is kind of done now. It's like back in the day when the jobs weren't, there's not really a job market other than like I have a small shop and I make bread. Then it's
back in the day.
Feasibly, I could go and just pretend I can be an explorer as an occupation.
Medieval times.
Yeah, then it's like there's nothing else to do. I'm going to go walking.
You can be a
forever.
cobbler, you can be a baker, you can be an explorer.
I'm picking explorer.
I would as well.
I don't care about
Although
shoes.
we die, mate. We
well,
wouldn't be good.
speak for yourself. I might befriend a small bear,
right,
and move in with him.
And then stop exploring because you've fallen in love with a bear. And it's time to settle down. One day into Charlie's quest to explore the medieval world, he's settled down with a small bear.
Well, it might be more of a platonic thing, and we learn.
Settled
I mean,
down.
as we'll get onto, Andrew, exploration doesn't have to be going further afield. I can explore Chiswick if I wanted to.
You bloody could. But yes, so we're going to dive into exploration and it's going to be interesting. But we've actually got some personal family ties to exploration. And I'm going to hand you over to Dr. Charlie Milner over here, who's going to take you through that.
Good evening. I am actually descended from a explorer. My grandpa was called Donald Don Milner, and he was the BBC or even the BBC foreign correspondent for a bit. He interviewed Indira Gandhi, Gandhi's missus. Gandhi's missus?
Gandhi's missus, yeah. I don't know.
Indira.
Right.
And he also interviewed Dali and Margaret Thatcher, apparently.
So he was an interviewer, not an explorer.
Well, he went exploring. He went to the Antarctic with an expedition in 1957.
As the journalist.
He wasn't really wanted. Apparently, the main explorer man, the Steve Backshall, was like, I don't want this fucking nerd coming. But they was getting funded by the BBC or something, so they had to have him. He also went to the Sahara with the army,
so
apparently.
He was kind of an unwanted man on the...
But he tried his best.
On the quest, but he tried his best.
And so arguably...
It's different from you, isn't it?
Yeah, he was in the Explorer division of the BBC.
Yes.
And
a foreign correspondent who would do many things, including go on some expeditions.
In the end, though, he basically...
We've got a real-life descendant of an explorer here.
I never met him, unfortunately.
That is sad.
I imagine he was quite... what the impression I get is that he was sort of intrepid. What does that mean?
Intrepid explorer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only context over here.
He was intrepid, right? He liked exploring, but he was kind of misunderstood and often got quite sad because he would talk a lot and people would find him a bit annoying sometimes. And he was sort of disappointed because he would show up for people, but then they wouldn't quite return the favor. But he did go to Antarctica with an expedition. He went to this whaling station in South Georgia, not like Atlanta, Georgia, in like Whale, Georgia.
Wales, Georgia. Georgia and Wales.
The Georgia of the whaling station in the Antarctic.
Yeah.
And he came back.
Good.
Yeah, but
basically, didn't die out there.
So the conclusion is I'm a kind of nepo baby, I guess.
Well, let's watch this. There's an interview we can just chuck on, which is this is genuinely Charlie's granddad interviewing an explorer, right?
But it has been seen by a number of specialists in the United States already, hasn't it?
That's
Yes,
him.
both in the United States and in Paris, and later on in here they've seen it. We are anxious to get an expert opinion on it to find out exactly what it is.
And what's your own feeling now at this?
I think this guy's
point in
chatting about a
time of
Yeti.
the
So
Yeti
my
and
grandpa
its
is
probability?
my gramps.
Well, I think that most of our evidence
My
to
grandfather
date
is
has
chatting
shown
about
that,
some Yeti.
The Yeti, the phenomenon, can in general be explained by perfectly ordinary means.
That's to say that it is a large ape or a bear or something like that.
Well, that most of the phenomenon we've seen have been produced by animals with which we're already familiar, and that the existence of some strange new creature is extremely unlikely.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't, however, explain this particular phenomenon that you've got in your hand.
Now, we aren't competent really to explain this.
What a voice! What a person! He's one of those people that you hear that I'm like, I never really thought they were real people. Do you know what I mean? They're so like, oh yes, and what did you find when you went over there in the middle of the ocean? Was it rather scary? I just never. They're just too ridiculous.
The voice is
almost.
crazy.
The voice is just mad, and there's such a specific set of people of history. I'm like, I can't really accept that you've got children who live now and grandchildren who live now.
Also, them just like at the shop.
But that's your granddad. The man interviewing is your granddad.
I know. So arguably, am I a nepo baby?
You are a nepo baby. You're from the media. You're from a media mogul family.
Should I be exploiting it more than just doing whatever this is?
I feel like that's a harsh question.
Should I be like trying to be the next
BBC foreign correspondent?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Clive Myrie.
I
want to be Clive Myrie.
You're reporting live from an expedition that's occurring in Antarctica, and we're going to check in with you from the studio. We've got our expedition foreign correspondent, Charlie Milner, who's actually the grandson of our previous foreign correspondent, Donald Milner, who's with the Captain Willard expedition in Antarctica. Charlie, how's it all going out there?
Hey up everyone, it is absolutely freezing my end. There's a small whale over there which is doing a little jump. Didn't even know they could do that, to be fair, but it's cold. My crewmates are getting quite crotchety, but rest assured we've got quite a few tracker bars, and although I don't like peanuts, we're keeping going.
What's a tracker bar?
Excuse me?
What's a tracker bar?
A tracker bar is a chocolatey, nutty bar, which I imagine you'll put a picture of in the studio.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
So I thought it was like some GPS kind of thing.
No.
But I'm not the one who's the expert.
No, you're not.
Anyway.
I am. That's why I'm out here. The overriding sense is that it's cold, and we're pretty sad.
Okay, thank you very much, Charlie Milner, and we'll check in with you later. A lot of comments about the coldness of Antarctica, which arguably is the least interesting thing about it.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about it's fucking freezing? I can't stress enough how.
Now I'm with you.
How?
Anyway.
Do you have a message for my grandpa up in heaven or hell?
What a wonderful grandson you've got. I love him very much. And he's doing wonderful work in the media. It might not be what you expected, but it's still wonderful as it is.
Stop circumcising.
Rest easy up there. Stop circumcising? Who? What's he doing in heaven? Go around circumcising
Stop
people?
circumcising the man, Dem.
You're not circumcised?
I'm just born with not a fully formed something.
That is true, because you had to text your mum, didn't you?
Age 19. I called her actually.
Which seems like a wonderful
Stop
time.
circumcising the man, Dem.
Which seems like a wonderful time to jump into Thinker's Corner, when we're going to hear from the best and brightest minds that have ever lived and ever have lived and ever will live. And this week, Charlie, I'll tell you what.
Ain't the difference.
As we're going to investigate the topic of exploration.
Exploration.
No. Everybody explore. Absolutely nothing from that end of the room over there.
I froze there.
And as ever, we're going to start with some quotations. And this week is, I've already said that. Let's get out.
My rotation. Dream blunt rotation.
Bosh. Let's bring out Susan Sontag, not to be confused with Stephen Sondheim.
Or Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle.
She looked like a Susan, but she sang like a Boyle.
Yes.
Well,
no, no, the other way round.
She looked like a Boyle, but she sang like a Susan.
Yeah, that's the other way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wait, did you make that up?
I think we collabed on that.
Maybe.
And you should be proud of your work.
I think we probably got it the wrong way around when we did it. She looked like a Boyle, but sung like a Susan.
Yeah.
Or she sung like a Susan, but looked like a Boyle.
It's more, the way it should be said is like a kind of like kind vicar. You know, just looking out at the...
Say it as a kind vicar.
Well, in many ways she looked like a Boyle, but she really did sing like a Susan.
There you go. Right, take it away, Susan Sontag. I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list.
Very
Lovely.
fucking good. Do you like that?
I do like it.
I don't like
Goosebumps.
You can't.
I can have goosebumps at that.
No, you can't.
That's a nice one to have goosebumps at.
No, because it's like she's saying it like a fucking cowboy that then rides it straight into a wall.
Say like a cow then.
No.
She's saying it like a fucking cow.
No. She's saying like a cowboy that like kind of pirouettes into the sunset, but then goes straight into a Londis. You know,
Don't even have a fucking clue what that means. No, it's an absolutely lovely list. It's like the broad horizons. I can do anything. It's like, but I had the desire to do everything, and it's just there. I'm not gonna pigeonhole myself into one box. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. It's on my list. It's on my list.
And the importance of a to-do list, Andrew.
I adore them. Obviously,
Physical or digital?
Digital, but I used to do physical.
No, Andrew.
I like the romance of the physical, but the practicality of a to-do list trumps the romance of it. Your thoughts?
No, I think there's obviously a romance to it in the sense that you feel a bit like you're sort of Jane Austen.
Yeah.
But equally, it's nice to just tick. The main thing with having a physical to-do list, firstly, it means you absolutely do
Command
the
Shift
stuff
X.
you do.
No, I do one every day, I think, and it's lovely.
Yeah, of course. And you scribble it out, Andrew. Get your paper out.
But that's what I'm saying. Command Shift X does a strike through.
It's not quite
I know
the same,
it's not
but
the
I
same.
appreciate the effort, and
Yeah.
you're a good guy for that.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, also,
And thank you, Susan. We'll see you
Cheers,
later,
Susan.
Susan. But Charlie, you were saying something.
I would say, in my esteemed erstwhile opinion, that Bud is the apparently for women, not females. Can't believe I just nearly said females. For females, for women, for the girls.
I can't believe I nearly said females and then you just said females again.
It's an accident. For girls, hun is a quite aggressive term. It's like, you okay, hun?
Yeah.
It's like, you need to go.
Sure.
Go home.
Sure.
You look fucking terrible. And then for boys, the male equivalent of hun is bud. You're right, bud. There's a nastiness in
You're right, bud.
There's a nastiness.
Depends on the speaker.
Broadly, it's nasty.
Yeah. Is it a Bose or a Bang & Olufsen? Right, let's discuss some wonderful exhibitions that attempted to explore. And did they succeed? We'll find out now.
It's not for me to say. I wasn't there.
The Lost City of Zed. Percy Fawcett. I think that's the brand of my tap.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, it's not.
What do you mean no? Oh, it's not the brand of my
No,
tap.
you got a much more modern new build one. Lacking charm, lacking age, grown straight out of the fucking plastic depths of hell.
You've not been to my new place.
Yeah, and I will be there soon.
Percy Fawcett's 1925 expedition into the Amazon is one of the great unsolved adventure mysteries. A British explorer obsessed with the idea that somewhere deep in the jungle lay an ancient, highly advanced civilization he called Zed. Fawcett believes Zed was not simply a lost city, but evidence of a forgotten civilization that could rewrite what Europeans understood about the history of South America. Fawcett deliberately brought his eldest son, Jack, along, hoping to make the journey a father and son adventure and perhaps continue his work for him. Jack's close friend, Raleigh Rimmel.
Charlie Rimmel's his not cousin.
Also joined them. In April 1925, the three men disappeared somewhere in the Mato Grosso.
This matter is gross.
After
You should stop talking about it.
After Fawcett sent back increasingly cryptic messages insisting that they were close to finding Zed, no confirmed trace of them was ever found. Their disappearance sparked decades of speculation. Were they killed by hostile tribes, disease, starvation, or the jungle itself? Or did Fawcett actually find something? Goosebumps when I said that. They're getting worse.
They are.
But that is it not quite sweet?
I mean, the father-son bonding element is incredibly powerful.
No, of the fucking... I meant, sorry, yeah, that is fair enough. I meant of the Goosebumps.
It's not sweet, no, it's kind of cringing me out.
Is it actually?
A bit. Because you can't... there's something nice about it when it happens like once or twice.
If I'm honest, I'm just reporting how much they happen, to be honest. They happen way more, I just don't say it.
Well, I think you should let us know. We should begin a kind of chart.
Okay, I'll do there's an honesty box.
We'll do a chart. And
Okay.
what we can do is map out the kind of, on a pie chart.
And then we can work out what's going on.
Yeah, we can track the goose.
Track the goose. Or did Fawcett actually find 0%? Later archaeological discoveries have shown that the Amazon was once we track the goose.
Let's track this goose.
Later archaeological discoveries have shown that the Amazon was once home to large, sophisticated societies, making Fawcett's supposed fantastical belief in a lost civilization seem far less impossible than it once did. I'll save you some time. If you're looking for Zed, it's at the bottom left of your keyboard.
Now, this would never have rumbled me. If I'm Mr. Percy Fawcett...
Rumbled?
Yeah, I would never have gone to Zed because I'm like, I can't take a place seriously if it's called a letter for a start.
He named it.
Well, in that case, he should have called it something better, like Tainton or
Tainton?
That's where my
That's where my grandma's from.
It is, yeah.
That was such a bizarre sentence.
It's from Tainton.
Well, none of this fucking Zed shit.
I'm going to go find Tainton.
sense, you would have called it Tainton. That's where my gran was from, and she was fucking great.
She still is.
Every day of her
Still
life,
is.
he didn't fucking complain once. All of these ponces going off in the jungle trying to find Zed. What the fuck, Zed? Just fucking letter. Call it Tainton.
But also, it would be much nicer if you were going deep into the Amazon, a bit of a slice of home. I imagine getting quite homesick. You're probably missing Harrogate if you're from Harrogate, or even
Barnstable.
So just call a random amazing city, call El Dorado Barnstable, and it's like all of a sudden it's much less scary.
Do you not think it loses some of the wonder?
It regains a lot of safety though. Wonder, yeah, fine. I can lose a bit of the magical what's going on here, but then if I call it Barnstable, if a gigantic 3-headed dog appears, I'm like, it's fine. We are in Barnstable.
I hate this point so much. I hate everything about what you're saying.
There's a Londis around the corner. Obviously,
No,
you know,
there isn't.
the tribe are pretty pissed off, but I am afterwards. I can go for a nice little pint at the Jack and Inn.
So that aside, what are your thoughts on that expedition, Percy Fawcett?
I think that in this case, the thing that really speaks to me, Andrew, is the father-son element.
I completely agree. To be honest, I'm lucky if my dad asked me to play golf with him, let alone trek into a jungle to find a lost city.
Or replies to any of your texts. He often airs you, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he has got better at it since we had a conversation.
Did you stick it on him?
I did stick it on him.
Please reply to me, father.
Just message me. Anyway.
Eyebrow quivers.
Please say something.
I think that the father-son element is kind of important. I want to do something with my dad.
Yeah.
I want to go anywhere.
Yeah, would you like to go?
I'll go to, I mean, we can start with like a little day trip to the Milton Keynes splash drome. Fine. It's heavily chlorinated, but at least we can be hanging out. Or...
Yeah.
And then we can
Again,
go for,
your like expertise on water park just peeks in at various moments.
It's very, but there's a lovely kind of plug slide where you literally feel like a kind of bit of hair in the sink. It's perfect.
South American lost city. Okay, we're talking about a potential lost city in the jungle of South America. I do not want to talk about the Milton Keynes Splash Bowl. Splash Bowl,
Splash Drome,
Splash Drome. Okay,
Aquadrome. So anyway,
father son.
Yeah, we can start out
Holy
there.
Spirit.
I want to go away with my dad. And if he told me,
Yeah.
look, there's this place in Norway where it's just this massive underwater town and it's full of the angriest little dogs, I'll be like, cool. I mean, I don't believe you, but I'll humor you. If you want to go,
yeah, that's true.
I'll fucking humor you. If my dad's like running around Iceland,
yeah,
I'm like, of course I'm coming.
Yeah, of course. I've got
dinner?
this mad idea that this place exists that no one has mapped. Would you like to come on a 2-month expedition with me? The answer is obviously yes.
Completely.
Because maybe expeditions are more about the journey and the friends we make along the way rather than they are about what you find at the end.
Especially if we know for a fact there's no underwater city.
It's not especially if we know for a fact.
Well, no, it is, because you can then really lean into the meaning of it.
If we definitely know it's not a fact, I'm going to be worried more about my dad.
I think
because we're going to an underwater dog city.
Yeah. And at some point you can tease in, you can be like, so what made you, where did you hear about this? And he goes, what do you mean? I know. I've always known. Oh, right. How, are you certain? Yes, I'm certain. I think we're going to have to take you to the infirmary, Dad. Probably something like that would take place.
What do you think happened to Percy Fawcett and his son and his son's friend?
I think, unfortunately, they were eaten.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they got eaten or fell into a bog. The interesting thing is that...
I like to think that they made it, and I got goosebumps.
They didn't make it, Andrew. They died many years ago. Many years ago. And also, the mad thing is like, with the magic of kind of this story, it's like, you imagine Percy Fawcett, he literally got impaled on a tree and like got eaten by bugs. It's very...
you think it's anticlimactic?
It's depressingly anticlimactic.
Do you reckon? It probably is, isn't it? But let's print the legend, not the fact.
Yeah.
He made it to Zed, and he's still living there now. He's getting fed grapes by monkeys.
By an angry dog.
But on to another expedition. The expeditions never cease.
Well, I mean, do they?
Yeah, they probably do. But that's the problem as well. It's now, because it's so professionalized exploration. Like, we can't, like back in the day, we'll go, we think there's a city in the middle of the jungle. We can go and try and find it, right? With some expertise.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if we're like, we're pretty sure there's gloop glorps on the planet Schmorg, we can't do anything about that. Can we? And it's a shame. The
Currently
days of
we can't.
individualized exploration are dead. It's now to do with the professionals and the bloody governments.
The government?
Yeah, NASA.
NASA doing what, though? They've got...
What?
Are they guys out there now?
What?
Are they guys in space now?
Yeah, there are.
50?
I don't know.
A little hamlet.
It
out
wasn't
there.
really exactly what I was saying, was it? Was it?
Well, I don't know what you were saying. To be honest.
NASA? Are the guys out there now?
Do they? I mean, because it's nice to imagine up there. It's like down here. There's so many of us. It's like you don't know who anyone is. Up there, they've basically got a charming little hamlet village of people up there. There's a vicar. There's a baker. There's a candlestick maker, and there's also a small dog. But it's just nice to imagine everyone's up there. Not we know who's up there. We've got a handle on it. Who's in space? Down here, it's like I don't know if I'm fucking Spanish, Chinese, or even Angolan. I could be any of one. I don't know who you are.
We'll just move on. The balloon expedition. It's an expedition in a balloon.
I like it
Quick
already.
pun.
Balloon.
The Arctic balloon expedition of 1897 was an almost unbelievably reckless attempt to reach the North Pole by hydrogen balloon, led by Swedish engineer S.A. Andre, who believed the winds would carry him across the Arctic from Spitsbergen to Russia or Canada.
Spitsberg. I like the sound of that.
Why?
Spitsberg.
Why'd you
It's
like
like
that?
calling a place kind of
Fartville. Andre Neil Strindberg. Andre Neil Strindberg and Knut Frankel.
I mean, I've got a very, very soft spot for Knut.
Knut Frankel.
Hello, my name's Knut.
Hey, do you want to go? Hey, should we got to go on this balloon to the North Pole.
Who's going to be there?
Well, we can't do it without Knut Frankbell.
Do you want to come bowling?
Yeah, only if Knut Frankbell's coming.
He's coming.
Well, I'm there. Launched in the balloon Ornen on July the 11th, 1897. We can't just keep doing that. But within days, the plan had collapsed. Maybe much like the balloon.
Or in an angle.
Pardon?
Or in an angle.
Oh, you're doing a Hot Fuzz reference.
With awning.
Again,
By the way,
it's like,
fucking someone commented ages ago. You know how I did that Judge, Judy, and Executioner gag?
no, I don't.
Well,
no.
I did that, and fuck off. That wasn't a reference to film. That was from my own brain, meaning me and the writers is hand in hand.
What was the comment?
Get
What are you talking
fuckheads.
about?
Someone said that I was plagiarizing Hot Fuzz at some point, and I'm picking it
He's
up.
referencing it, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a niche one. To be
Yeah,
honest,
shut up.
complete shit, isn't it?
Yeah. But within days, the plan had collapsed. The balloon lost hydrogen, ice and moisture weighed it down, and after drifting only a few hundred kilometers, it crashed into the Arctic ice. The three men then faced an even more impossible challenge, walking home across hundreds of kilometers of frozen wilderness with inadequate equipment and no reliable means of communication. You haven't got any reliable means of communication, mate. Ha ha ha.
I got a phone, a laptop, and a family.
They carried heavy sledges, battled polar bears, freezing temperatures and exhaustion, and eventually vanished without leaving a clear explanation of their final days. For 33 years, their fate remained one of the great mysteries of polar exploration, until a Norwegian expedition discovered their abandoned camp on Kvitøya in 1930, containing their bodies, photographs, and Strindberg's exposed film. The photographs and diaries revealed a haunting final chapter, but not the definitive cause of death. The men appear to have survived for weeks after the crash, before something finally overwhelmed them.
Oogly boogle. So quickly, Andrew, on mystery, does John Terry have any? Does John Terry have any daughters? Because if he does, they're called Miss Terry. Mystery. It couldn't go to a nastier family. That's all I have to say. It's an amazing name. In terms of this particular point you've just made, lovelily, the balloon element, is it, in terms of like the method of travel, how important is that for the exploration to matter? Like if I go to the Antarctic in a kayak with you, then we set off from Mile End, and we kayak to the Antarctic, that's fucking unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
If we get a cruise,
Not so
are we
interesting.
exploring or are we just traveling?
Traveling.
What defines exploration versus travel?
That's a good question as well.
Thank you.
That's a good question. I think, well, like a cruise is just a
Is it giving
holiday.
you goosebumps?
No. It's basically just you've got to have like a gas canister and some pots. That's what an expedition is for me.
Right.
A gas canister.
You're camping.
And pots.
You're camping anywhere.
Yeah.
You're camping at sea.
Well,
Sea
that's
camping.
Sea camping, yes.
Is that a thing?
No.
I'd love it if it was. Again,
It would be nice.
How can
bobbing
you
about.
sea camp? I guess
You can't.
a tent that can inflate and float, but then you might get eaten by like a shark.
If I get a dinghy and I put some tarpaulin over it, am I sea camping? You're thinking about shark attacks?
No, I'm thinking about like imagine being on a waterproof inflatable tent over the Pacific, in the deepest part of the Pacific, and a shark just comes and eats you while you sleep. It's actually giving me the worst pain.
So the balloon expedition, I mean, what do you expect? You're trying to travel via a balloon to the North Pole relying on winds.
Get real.
Fucking grow up, deal with it. You're gonna die. A mysterious thing killed you. I don't know what it was. It's either cannibalism or a polar bear. Either or, you get what you get if you try and go to the North Pole in a balloon. That's like the fucking setting of a children's book. Timmy went to North Pole. No, he didn't.
Like Up.
He crashed and he got eaten by some sort of horrible Arctic monster.
They watched Nanny McPhee once. Watches Nanny McPhee once, much.
That's me doing the hot air balloon.
Put a little horn or a hot air balloon sound after that very funny joke.
Yeah, okay.
Andrew,
Charlie.
is it as in terms of the method of travel, let alone the exploration versus travel element, in terms of the method of exploring,
Yeah.
if I crawl to Reading, is that as impressive as me flying to Fiji in a biplane? Like, if you compare
It's
them...
more impressive if you crawl to Reading.
Really?
Yeah. Who cares if you get in a
But
plane?
I've driven it.
You've driven what?
The plane off to Reading.
I've driven
I've
the
driven-
plane
I've
off
driven-
to... You've driven the plane off to Reading.
No, I've driven the plane to
To
Fiji.
be fair, if you drove a plane to Reading, I'm into that.
My dad's building the Nolly
Along
plane.
like the M25. Yeah.
Is that legal if you have a plane on the motorway?
I think you can answer that yourself.
Well, why not? If I have a number
Because
plate on
it's
my
massive.
plane, a number plane.
Number plane. If I have a number plate on my arse, can I run down the M25?
If you're quick enough and you're smoking, then but by all means, Andrew,
There you go.
you can be a little car for the day.
Your question was...
and
I've
your
answered.
MOT's passed for having the loveliest bum in the world.
I brought it into the garage and they went, well, there's nothing for us to do, sir. This is a perfect bottom. And I went, please.
You went bum 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 bum. Bum bum. And then you went to the park and got... And
So it is the means.
When you're on your own, you're quite charming when you're in groups, but alone, that's when the darkness really comes out and you're just like a little car guy. You can never find love.
But yes, get out of the balloons.
Get into the school.
Get into the school. But from land exploration to space exploration, we move to Apollo 13.
Houston, we have the papa.
The what?
We have the papa.
What's the papa?
We've got your father.
Oh, Houston, we've got your dad.
Give us all of your coin.
The Apollo 13 mission is one of the most dramatic examples of exploration turning into a fight for survival. Launched by NASA in April 1970 with the goal of landing on the moon, the mission went catastrophically wrong when an oxygen tank exploded roughly 2 days into the journey, severely damaging the spacecraft. The crew, Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes, lost much of their power, oxygen, and water, and had to abandon their planned lunar landing and use the lunar module as a temporary lifeboat. In space?
I do like
boat in space.
Yeah, I love the kind of combination. When they start describing gases as fluids, like liquid gas, I fucking love that. The idea of having a boat in space
Yes.
is nice because it's like it kind of combines gas and liquid. Release the liquid nitrogen.
It's absolutely bizarre, but I do agree with you.
There's something very nice.
There's something nice
There's something
about
kind of
it.
like...
Why is it nice?
It's it feels futuristic, clean, and exciting.
As the spacecraft travelled around the moon and back towards Earth, engineers on the ground worked desperately to invent solutions to problems.
Goosebumps?
Pardon?
Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly didn't want to say that because it's getting a bit too much and it sounds like I'm lying.
It's kind of like you've come early. You know, it's like that sort of embarrassing. Sorry.
Is the party on now or?
No, come.
I know, but I was doing.
You're making it nice.
I was. As the spacecraft. As the spacecraft travelled around the moon and back towards Earth, engineers on the ground worked desperately to invent solutions to problems they had never encountered before, including creating a way to remove dangerous carbon dioxide using equipment already aboard the spacecraft. After days of uncertainty, the crew successfully returned to Earth, splashing down safely in the... I nearly said Pacific Ocean then, in the Pacific Ocean.
It's an easy mistake to make that.
Although Apollo 13 failed to achieve its original goal of exploring the moon, its adaptability and ingenuity required when exploring the unknown. Now was an odd intonation I've just used.
It implies that Andrew's written this with ChatGPT.
It does imply
No
that.
one would ever accuse him of that.
No one would ever
But
accuse
it
him
does
of
sound
that.
a lot like ChatGPT.
But it does sound a
doesn't
lot
it?
like ChatGPT, doesn't it? Fishy, I might say.
Mm.
Its story shows that exploration is not simply about reaching new places, it is also about dealing with the unexpected and finding a way home when everything goes wrong. The Apollo 13 mission. A failure, but was it a failure?
Not at all.
Why?
Because we got the first man on the moon, didn't we?
Not that one. That's
Okay.
The whole point is that they didn't go to the moon.
Oh, they got all the guys back, though.
They did get all the
And
guys
I'll
back.
be honest.
So, Apollo 13, failure? No. Success. They got to the moon. Your next thoughts, Andrew? Fucking nonsense. Absolute drivel.
You know what? I'm very envious of the footage of the kind of parachute tub.
What about the headage?
There's no such word.
There isn't.
You can't. If I said that, you'd fucking
Move on.
crucify me. So I'm very envious of the kind of little orange tub with the parachute that lands in the sea and the space guys get out. I want to be in that tub.
Is that the
looks
lunar
like
module?
Yeah, being in the lunar module looks fucking brilliant. It's like, imagine how magical it would be, just like falling slowly down to Earth.
Hurtling at an incredible speed down to
Gracefully.
Earth, expecting to probably die
No, not
after
in-
everything's gone wrong.
No.
Yes,
you'll be
yes,
fine.
yes,
You'll be
yes.
fine when you're in the tub. You're good. You're just like, I'm fine now. I'm about to hit the sea. And you got
Nothing about this was
fish.
fine. Nothing about this was fine. It was a disaster from start to finish, but they managed to save it.
I'm
It
just
was
saying.
terrifying. It wasn't lovely because they're in a big orange tub.
I'm just making the very valid point that it looks quite nice being in the kind of floaty tub landing in the sea. And it's just like going, it's kind of womb adjacent.
Yeah.
Everything's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be born again.
If you had the privilege, in that vein, if you had the privilege of being the first man to walk on the moon, obviously we've got the iconic words of Neil Armstrong. What would your first words be?
I like to moon it.
Okay.
One small step for Andrew, one giant leap for mankind. One small step for Andrew, one giant leap for mankind, Drew.
One small step for man, Drew. One giant leap for man, Drew kind.
What? Why did you just repeat that back slightly different?
I'm just trying to figure out what else could be done with it.
Wow, this is a moon zing.
What about
Fuck, I'm going to National Trust.
Christ, it's a bit bigger than from down there, isn't it? Only joking. I expected it to be this size. Anyway, see you on the downside, fellas.
You know what? I think that's actually, there's a lot of very boring people out there that would enjoy that.
Yeah, maybe. Is that for boring people, that? I didn't realise that was like, oh, the boring people will love that, so we got them ticked off.
What about this?
This place is bigger than my wife's ass.
That's perfect. I like, that's the one. There
This
we go.
place is bigger than my wife's ass.
We got it. We found it eventually. Right. We're going to do something interesting now, because we're not just talkers, we're doers. We can sit all day on our comfy chairs and talk about what exploration is.
Where's the fucking meat?
Where's the fucking meat? So we're
I'm hungry.
going to send our foreign correspondent. This is a chance. This is your chance to live up to your granddad's shoes.
I
just want to live up to his shoes, please. But we're going to send Charlie out to our local area and explore somewhere that we've yet to explore. So we're going to find out some information about what's going on. Our very own intrepid explorer, Charlie Milner, is going to go off and find something magic for us right now.
It's a pleasure. Thank you guys all for having me.
And thank you for doing this.
If I don't come back, then do not replace me. I do not consent to any new person like Andrew and John discover. I'm not having that.
Is that your last will and testament?
There's no one else is allowed to do this.
And we've all heard it on camera. So Charlie, go explore. Yeah.
Okay, hi.
We've got Charlie in the. Where are you?
I'm in near the park.
You're near a
But I
park.
don't have much time.
You don't have much time.
Sorry, sir. How did you get here?
Huh?
How did you get here?
Get here.
Yeah.
Why?
Trade.
Yeah. Why? What are you looking for?
I'm just exploring it.
Oh, right. I thought you wanted to get something.
I do, to be honest. Yeah.
If you want the station, it's down there. Train station. Where do you want to go?
I don't have much time. I'm going to go. Thank you.
Right. So you've managed to explore.
That was a fellow man.
Is that exploring a person?
I suppose so, yeah. He looked annoyed then kind. I was
Okay.
actually a bit scared for a second. You never know who you're going to meet on the trail, Andrew.
That's true. Maybe you need some more advice from more travellers about what the best places to explore around here.
Excuse me, sir. How did you get here?
Drove.
Thank you so much.
Is there something specific you're looking for?
Everything, really. I want to see everything. Thank you. Okay, wow. Now, Andrew, I've actually just made it to the park. There's all sorts of shrubbery here, from palm trees to ash.
Palm trees in the park.
You can tell the difference by how the paper breaks in your mouth.
Okay, are there any dangers that you might encounter?
Well, some foxgloves have perished.
Fuck.
They haven't made it.
Go and find an area, a new unexplored area.
I'm on my way. Now, there's a basketball court here.
A frosted ball court.
A basketball court.
Fair enough, that makes more sense.
I don't know if it's been played on for some time.
Right. Does it hold any mysteries, any wonders?
Has it been?
And I think at that note, that's plenty of exploring. Charlie, get the hell back to the studio.
Shall I get out of here?
Get out of here,
I'm
man.
on my
It's
way.
getting dangerous.
I don't have much time, Andrew.
So there it is. There's some exploring from our local resident explorer, Charlie Milner. Isn't that wonderful? Welcome back to the studio.
I don't have much time.
You keep saying you don't have much time. Do you think it's like a cool exploration kind of thing to say?
It's not an uncle.
It's like you're walking. It's not an uncle exploration. Whose uncle exploration?
My uncle that fiddled me and then fucking
Fiddled me?
went off to Mallorca and explored.
Sure.
The other
How did you
children
find your
never
exploration?
loved me. Huh?
How did you find your exploration?
Exhilarating, scary,
Right.
but gorgeous,
But gorgeous.
like a beautiful lady.
Well, enough pottying about. Let's talk about the flaneur.
Thoughts on flannels?
Love.
Me
You?
too. Absolutely love it. The
The f-
word, the thing, the fucking feeling.
The flaneur is a 19th century French idea describing someone who wanders through a city with no particular destination, simply observing the people, streets, and life around them. The concept became especially associated with Paris and the writer Charles Baudelaire, who described the flaneur as an observer of modern urban life. The flaneur turns ordinary surroundings into unexplored territory. You don't need to travel to another country or climb a mountain to explore. You can explore somewhere familiar simply by changing the way you look at it. Instead of rushing from A to B, Charlie, as we often do in this modern AI world,
Get lost.
the flaneur deliberately gets lost. The flaneurer deliberately gets lost, notices small details, and observes people who would normally pass unnoticed. In this sense, the flaneur represents a different kind of exploration, the discovery of the unfamiliar within the familiar.
Well, in many ways, Andrew, it ties into the kind of modern obsession with mindfulness. Exploration doesn't have to be flying off to, I'm going to say it again,
Honduras.
the ice wall.
Right.
It can be that you just explore the curb. Like, exploration is attention. Like, put your attention.
I think it's a bit broader than the curb.
Get down on the curb and have a look at the kind of the fucking idiosyncrasies.
In many ways, we've actually just done a flaneur.
Thank you.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I do actually, yeah, because I've gone out into the park and sort of had a look at what's going on around me.
Exactly.
Normally, I'm going to the shop.
Yeah,
I'm coming
I have
back
a
here.
purpose. I need to buy cheese. I'm off to Sainsbury's.
And actually, my purpose is to just explore what's around me. You know, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go far. I'm going to bring it back to the curb, to be honest.
Right,
Go down on your hands and knees and look at the grass. Look at the soil. It's fucking booting off down there.
Yeah, is it? What?
There's so much going on down there.
All right, you can't see lots of it, can you?
No, but I know it's all happening. It's like borrowers.
Is it?
Is it not?
I don't know if it's like
Flaneur can be
borrowers.
applied to, like, either you can go get lost in Chiswick like a wanker,
Right.
or you can get on your hands and knees, get a bit grubby, and look at the ants.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I do, but I'm not sure that's a flaneur.
I think there's an inherent pretentiousness with the flaneur.
Is there?
It's
or
like
just do
cashmere
it.
jumpers and tea is the vibe.
But is it pretentious if I just go out and wander around my local area, just taking in the sights, observing people without telling anyone?
I think if you go out for a flaneur, then you are a wanker. If
I
you're-
might start going out for flaneurs. I love the sound of this.
If you're auto flaneuring, then it's fine. But if you're going out for a flaneur,
What's auto flaneuring versus manual flaneuring?
auto flaneuring is when you kind of you go to Chiswick and you and then you strangle yourself.
What the fuck is that anything to do with a flaneur?
It's not
You
autoerotic
horrible little
flaneuring.
man.
No, auto flaneur is basically when you're kind of spontaneously enjoying your day. You're on a Sunday. You're on a Sunday vibe.
Right.
And you go to the bakery, then you
Yep.
pop down the park, you do a couple of headstands.
An accidental flaneur.
Yeah.
You think I want to continue this time outside I'm having.
If you could think I'm going to go and be whimsical, I think that's when it becomes
But sometimes,
fraudulent.
in our planned lifestyle, I'm one to plan a lot of things. I need to know where my day's going. So if I had, from the hours between 1 till 3, I'm going to flaneur, I think it's the only way I'm actually going to flaneur. I don't think I'm going to accidentally flaneur.
Okay.
And it says lots
that.
about me. You might accidentally flaneur, but I'm not an accidental flaneurer.
It's okay to reserve time for flaneuring because you love it, but if you kind of make a big song and dance about flaneur, then you are
Yeah, that's
not.
my point. If you're talking about your flaneur
I had a lovely flaneur this
to
morning.
other people, then it becomes pretentious. Flaneur quietly. Don't flaneur loudly. In more ways than one. You shouldn't be going up to people going, "What are you?" Like you were doing in the street earlier.
People watching.
It should be more, I'm sitting on a bench in my local park and observing things.
Letting it happen.
It's great to
Like
do
how
it in
they
a
let-
pub.
like how-
Every now and again, and it is very rarely, but I'll go and take myself off for like a pint by myself and just listen to people's conversations.
That's lovely.
Because that's fucking good.
Aragon. You're Aragon, essentially, when you're doing that.
Why?
You're just kind of the lone strider that's just like,
Yeah.
don't worry about
Okay,
me,
I see
little
that,
lady.
yeah. You don't want to hear my stories.
I've done some really nasty stuff.
They'll send blood up your ass.
Don't know how
Let's
that-
avoid that strange man in the pub. But yeah, I guess that's my equivalent of flaneur, and I should do it more often, to be honest.
Pub is a great place to flaneur, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's an inherent, you're cozy. You're in your coziness.
Yeah.
You're up in your feelings.
And people are comfortable, they're having interesting conversations,
Yeah.
and you pop in and out of it. So we're saying yes to flaneur.
In the pub.
We love a flaneur. Well, flaneur where you want.
I guess so, yeah. Flaneur where you want. And also really don't ignore the magic of kind of the curb.
Right.
It doesn't
You're
have-
talking about more like soil excavation rather
which
than...
I would love us to get onto.
You want us to talk about soil excavation?
Well, I want to talk about the kind of microscopic, exploration of. Can I lead this bit?
Yeah, sure.
So what I'm fascinated by, Andrew, is not the big. I don't give a shit about the shard. I give a shit about this shard of glass.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know what's down here.
Yeah. Microscopic exploration.
I'm into that. Yeah, and also the exploration of like microbiome and all. I mean, I'm not learning about it. I like kefir, and I'm sure that's got something to do with it. But what I would say is like, basically, Andrew, if I may, and I fucking may, microscopic.
Can I lead this one, please, Andrew?
Microscopic exploration is vital and fascinating. Microscopic exploration has revealed a world that is somehow both deeply disturbing and completely ridiculous.
Oh!
Hiding in places we normally think of as empty or clean. So down on your counter,
right,
you've got a fucking town living in there.
Pretty much.
Of bugs.
Yeah.
There's also this little bear.
Insectium. Buguma. Why is there a little bear?
Have you seen the small bear? Have you seen the little bear thing? Oh my god, man! It's called a water bear.
Oh my god, man!
Have you heard about
How
water
sincere
bears?
you
Have you heard
become.
about water bears?
What? No, I don't think I have.
They're
Water-
microscopic.
Microscopic bears.
No, they literally look like bears. They're
Microscopic bears.
that live in water.
And they look like bears.
I'm genuine. Look at this.
Okay.
Mini microscopic bear.
Microscopic water bears.
They're called tardigrades, and they're also known as water bears or moss piglets. And they are
Moss piglets.
Yeah.
This is your dream.
They're an 8-legged micro animal. And look what they fucking
Let's
look
have a
like. Look at the fucking state of this.
Yeah,
They're
I'm trying.
unbelievable.
Oh my god, that is far less whimsical than I was expecting.
No, they're
That's
terrifying.
Fucking horrible. Jesus fucking Christ.
Moss piglets.
It's more like a pig, to be honest. It's a. Oh my god.
It's got like a
fuck
singular
me.
horn for an eye and mouth.
And like the skin, because it's not skin. Oh
Describe it, please.
god, it's like.
It's like a Bamzuki monster.
If anyone's seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, which you all should have by now, he looks like Appa, Aang's flying
Apu.
thing. He literally looks like Appa, but like
Apu, come again.
the evil version of him. It's kind of a long body with 6 legs, and then obviously the face is non-existent. It's just like this sucky thing, and it looks to be made of what you'd make a cushion out of.
Amazing, though.
Amazing that those things are
So,
roaming around.
Water bears are just in.
Us. Are they on
sink.
us?
I think they can be. They're animals. They're not even viruses. They're small animals, which is the most terrifying.
What?
thing.
Yeah,
called-
well,
it's
they're
called an animal.
like, yeah.
But it's not like a kind of fungus. It's like it's a fucking,
Microscopic life.
It's a water bear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So this is about microscopic exploration.
Exactly.
I can't say exploration.
Nor can I. I find that
Neither
pretty
can
hard.
I, yeah.
But it's okay.
It's fine
We're
because
together. No one else is here.
no one can judge us when we're by ourselves.
When scientists began examining humans and their surroundings under microscopes, they discovered that our bodies are actually ecosystems. So we're basically like houses for water bears and bugs. It's kind of...
Or jungles.
We're jungles.
We're an ecosystem.
Welcome
We're
to-
a jungle.
It's a concrete jungle.
Do you reckon the bugs, the microscopic life, have different names for different humans? Like, we got a jungle and a rainforest. So they might call mine like a nirvana, and they might call yours like the
Desert.
bog toilet.
Maybe, yeah.
And
I'm
then
the
you
mark.
have specialized bog toilet.
I'm Pete.
Yeah.
I'm made of peat.
Pete.
And I house water bears, happily.
Pete who?
Pete Bear. Pete...
Pete Bear.
Pete detritus.
For fuck's sake.
Peter detritus.
Peter
Do
detritus.
you want a piece of this detritus?
No.
We've got in our hair, we've got dermodex, mites that live in our hair follicles, feeding on our dead skin. Awful. I was imagining this. It's like, imagine you're making love to somebody and you've actually got they've just got covered in water bears and bugs. It's fucking freaky. You're actually not snogging them, you're snogging about 1,000 water bears.
In many ways.
So enjoy your horrible sex. Tardigrades or water bears can enter a dormant state called cryptobiosis, in which they lose almost all of their body water and reduce their metabolism to an extraordinarily low level, allowing them to survive extreme dehydration. So you've got the most dehydrated little bears.
Dehydrated bears on my lips.
Cold and other conditions that would be fatal to ordinary animals. Rotifers, I've seen these. These are kind of like almost like transparent starfish, but tiny.
Right.
I think they can perform a similar trick, essentially drying themselves out and then reanimating when the water returns. So kind of like how you freeze a rich guy's body, and they'll come back in 100 years.
Yeah.
These lot can do it with water.
Right.
Fucked.
That is fucked.
But amazing. The tiny animals can do the most amazing stuff. The big animals, like a fucking normal pig or a bear, is like great. You can oink and growl. These lot can cryo chamber themselves and suckle on fucking oils. Anyway, the microscopic world also contains predators, the little blah 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 blah. But anyway, so what my question is, so essentially there's loads of small mad stuff going on.
So exploration might not just be about the moon, the stars, the mountains, the sea. It's also about ourselves and
ourselves.
And ourselves.
So that's kind of magical. I mean, it does remind... So what I'm thinking is... So now we've found out that there are little bears.
Yeah.
Are there little bears on the little bears?
Well,
Does it go on forever?
It could do.
Yeah, so basically the last great unexplored... You know that we're looking for the ice wall or kind of Terra Australis or whatever.
We should be looking for the water bears on top of the water bears.
But there might be just the last great territory might just be inside our... There might be Atlantis in my tummy.
Well, we already know about that, but you make an interesting point about whether there's anything within them, whether there's a different ecosystem within
eternal?
them, and is it maybe our microscopes aren't powerful enough to go down into that bit. Maybe the water bears have their own microscopes,
and
they're exploring their own things, and the water bears are going to each other. Do you know there's a fucking ecosystem on you? And they're going, what? Anyway, I'm just going to freeze myself for 100 years, and I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, this is all a bit much.
And that's some observational comedy about water bears.
Now, quickly, do you think that this? I mean, to get real and serious for a hot now.
Yep.
Do you think that the answer to consciousness might be found in zooming in and in and in and in? If we kind of keep going, do we maybe find the answer of what is consciousness?
It's as good as an argument as any, isn't it? Really?
Does that mean it's not that good?
No. It means that it's unattainable, but
if we kept going in, if we find out that it eternally goes inwards, are we basically a fern that's kind of replicating boom, 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 boom?
Well,
boom?
if it exponentially goes inwards, then we would be probably silly to assume it doesn't go exponentially outwards as well.
And therefore,
then there's people, there's big giant floppy fellas who are there going, did you know you've on your skin, you've got an entire ecosystem of weird little humanoid figures. Two of them are doing a podcast right now.
So we potentially...
Hello, big floppy people.
Is there a chance that we're just on some giant's
100%.
ankle?
Yeah, 100%.
What's he doing?
He's making toast.
Good on him.
Good on him.
He's using ginormous Lurpak that would be actually really horrific for us to see. It's like a...
we can't eat,
It's literally like London-sized butter.
Far bigger than that.
Bigger?
Yes, the butter will be bigger than London.
How big would the butter be? Like the size of the ocean?
We're an entire ecosystem just on his fucking forehead. The butter's going to be bigger than London, unless he likes his toast very unbuttered. And you know what? He might. He might. and we don't judge the floppy.
We have no right. He's God.
It
might be that God is the guy that we're living on.
Yeah, we actually touched on this in our episode on aliens, which you can listen to if you want.
What do the plobs want, Andrew?
Our next segment is called Andrew and Charlie Investigate Each Other's Bodies. Come here, you.
Do we?
Oh my God, don't force me down to your cock so quickly. Jesus. Really forceful.
No one will believe you if I do that.
Literally on film. No one will believe you. It's my word against yours. 3 cameras, 2 mics. Let's talk about a bit of space exploration to take us home. This is the Voyager 1 and 2. Launched in 1977, NASA's...
Voyager body, mic check 1, 2. Have you seen the water bears on you? I know that I am you and I'm in love with your cousin.
Launched in 19... A lot of cousin stuff coming up. Have you seen a cousin recently?
No.
You dealing with some sexual attraction to a cousin?
No.
Ever been sexually attracted to a cousin?
Age 8.
How many cousins do you have?
Loads.
What was the cousin that you became attracted to?
Won't be telling you.
Launched in 1977, NASA's twin Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecraft have become humanity's ultimate cosmic messengers.
Twinning.
Traveling farther than... Do you prefer farther or further?
I love my dad. A lot. I wish he would listen to this podcast more.
Does he listen?
He listened once, which implies he didn't like it.
It does imply he didn't like it.
And you know what?
Fair dues.
I suppose.
Traveling... I prefer further. Thanks for asking.
Further or farther? Yeah, further, obviously.
Farther's like, are you a fucking prick? It's just a bit
I'm going
farther
to
down
nut you
there.
now.
Excuse me?
That's yonder farther.
Yonder
It reminds me of yonder.
Yeah, it does. It's in the same neck of the woods.
For sure.
But I've never seen a woods have a neck. Farther than any other human-made objects in history. Designed for a brief 5-year mission to study Jupiter and Saturn, they defied the odds, sending back breathtaking images of the outer planets before pushing out into the unknown. I think we can put some pictures up there. Today, both probes have crossed the heliopause into the uncharted territory of interstellar space, billions of miles away from Earth. They carry something called golden records. The Voyager Golden Record is a gold-plated copper phonograph disc serving as a cosmic time capsule.
Serving cunt. Let's hear that again with you saying serving cunt, please.
The Voyager Golden Record is a gold-plated copper phonograph disc serving cunt of life on Earth.
Okay. Wow. Now you have my attention.
Curated by Carl Sagan, it contains 115 encoded images of human anatomy, nature, and science, alongside spoken greetings in 55 different languages, such as
Sawadika, Teşekkürler, Merhaba, Buongiorno, Ciao bella, hello mate, Oi, you alright? Come here to you. Well, I can't even feel my fingers.
The record also features a diverse 90-minute musical playlist, ranging from classical masterpieces by Bach to Chuck Berry's rock anthem, Jolly Be Good, and an audio essay capturing natural terrestrial sounds like thunderstorms, whale songs, and human heartbeats.
Fucking hell.
Encased in a protective aluminium jacket etched with a pulsar map to pinpoint Earth's location, this extraordinary artifact travels through interstellar space as a message of peace and curiosity for any intelligent civilization that might find it.
Best thing we've discussed today.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
It's a bit like the best time capsule in the world.
I want to be in there, to be honest.
No, you don't.
Well, I do. I don't want to be. I mean, the idea.
So the alien opens it up. Hi, guys. Hi.
Where did you put my code?
Okay. Sure. Why not, Charlie?
Where did you put my code?
But I've heard of it, but for some reason I don't believe it exists. I don't know why.
It's out there right now.
It's out there right now.
How magic
with
is
a
that?
message of what it is to be human, what our world is, just in case aliens find it. It's almost like something that exists in a film, but like governments aren't nice enough to actually do it.
I know what you mean.
It feels like it
very
might even
nice.
be a lie.
It's lovely.
It's absolutely lovely. It's a
Too
little
lovely.
spacecraft going around saying, "Oh, here's some whale song.
Yeah.
This is what we're about."
We'd probably put like.
This is what we're about. If you're interested, stop by. It's just like an invitation, isn't it?
Yeah,
with
we
an
wouldn't be
open
doing that.
RSVP.
What do you think they're actually going to put in there? They're putting like gunge, porn, cigarettes, and then a big
Gunge?
I think they're just like they're not. It's actually very nasty. Whatever the government's probably put in there.
Yep.
It's gunge.
Gunge. It's just a capsule full of gunge, and then the
And then
aliens get in it. They get a bit sticky. And
A4 piece of paper like covered in gunge, and they get it out, and it's just a kind of massive fist giving the finger.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
It's nasty, but in reality, it is charming and lovely.
I mean, it ties into my idea and my want to imagine kind of everything currently raging on the ocean. The Pacific is currently booting off.
Yes.
People are having sex in Rome.
Yep.
the voyages are out there.
The world
twinning.
rages on. Yeah, I agree. It is in that
It's nice
idea.
to imagine stuff happening as we speak out there. That's just
There's
way
that little
more
capsule
than
that's
us.
in. I've got goosebumps all day. In interstellar space, where it's like there's just some audio recordings. Hello.
Are they playing now?
No.
They only play when they get opened.
Yeah, I think you have to play it. It's a phonograph. I don't know how they work, to be honest.
Is it dusty in there? There's no dust in space, is there?
There's space dust.
But there's not capsule dust, is there?
I imagine there might be some capsule dust. Well, we've got space dust in our hair.
Are there water bears up there? Have the water bears made it into the tank?
Maybe.
They probably died by now. They
I don't
might
know,
be
but
freezing themselves.
Don't they just live on living organisms?
I think they're just around. They're tiny.
There might be water bears up there. Which, if I was the alien, I'd go straight to the
Inshallah.
water bears. I'd ignore what's this old Johnny B. Good shit. Show me the water bears.
Yeah, oink.
But we have space dust in our hair.
Do we?
Yeah, because
From
when
space?
comets like disintegrate and fall, they fall down, and some of it is in our hair.
Space dandruff.
Space dandruff. So the next time
Druff.
a girl says you've got lots of dandruff, you say, well, that's because I'm a star.
Is it not druff?
Dandruff. Did I say duff?
You said druffed twice.
Twice. Dandruff. Full stop. No T.
Is there anyone?
My humble apology.
Is there anyone out there called Daniel Druff?
Yeah, almost certainly.
Hey, my name's Daniel. Dan Druff.
Daniel Druff. Hold the powder. Doesn't quite.
Is
make
Dan
sense.
Druff coming? Yeah, he's coming on with Scotch Egg. And then what about Christopher Packett?
I would like. Can you make like it should be like shampoo, Shammy Poo.
No, but Sham's not a name.
Oh, Dishner.
Shamira Poo, I guess.
Connie Dishner is coming as well.
Connie Dishner.
That's more. You can't just say like. There's no link between dandruff and Scotch Egg.
No, but they've bond over there. They've been fucking. They had a terrible time at school. Daniel Druff.
Druff and Scotch Egg.
VJ
I bet
Hair.
they get
That was a
picked
guy at my
last
school
at
called
dodgeball. VJ Hair.
He's called VJ Hair.
Vaginal hair.
I suppose so.
What, you've never?
Yeah, we did do that, obviously.
Well, it seemed like it was the first time you've ever heard that.
No, why would I bring him up?
Well, I don't know. What did you call him?
VJ Hair.
You called him VJ Hair, and that was it.
His name is VJ Hair. It speaks for itself.
And it doesn't speak vaginal hair.
No, that's uncouth. It was a show.
No,
don't
I hope
tell.
you didn't. I hope you didn't. VJ Hair. Well, here's to VJ Hair.
Shout out VJ Hair. He could be this.
And his cousin.
Pussy galore. No, Dick Cheney.
Two good answers, actually, when you think about it. What would you put in the orbit time capsule? Voyager.
I would
time
probably
capsule?
put my.
It's not really a time capsule, but.
What would I put?
You put something of yours in there. Brilliant. I'd put my laptop in there. I put my favourite toy.
I'll put my. I'll put a signed picture of Steven Gerrard in there.
Yes.
And a PS2.
A signed picture, so just your childhood bedroom.
And then also probably like a dead dog.
Why?
Because Steven Gerrard, PS2, dead dog. Because it kind of shows the life of a young boy.
And that seems like a wonderful time to jump to traverse our way into Patreon Valley. The valley is exploding with exploration. They're finding nooks, they're finding crannies, they're up Mount Ron finding new things up there. A couple of people are stuck up there, and there's a voyage. There's an expedition
there are some
up there
bodies
to
on
save
Mount Ron.
them.
There are some bodies on Mount Ron.
There's some bodies on Mount Ron. They're all wearing khaki, tanned hats.
It's a bit
kind of
Gorp
thing.
Corey in a quite an annoying way, actually. There's loads of like Arc'teryx jackets. Everyone's in like sort of inappropriately heavy, techie clothes. But they don't really understand what they're wearing, and they should actually strip it off and make a fire.
But as ever, we're going to take some questions from the members of the Patreon Valley, and you too can be a member of the Patreon Valley, and you too can be in a tanned tank top exploring with the rest of them for just as little as £3 a month.
And Andrew will take you to Wales in a minibus to climb a mountain.
I will. And this question comes from Brooke Manderfield. And they ask, have you ever explored anywhere abandoned or haunted / would you have the balls to do so? There's a thing nowadays called like urban exploration / I can't remember the name of it, but for some reason on my TikTok, it comes up with like people you may know. And it's one of those guys who goes to like abandoned urban spaces. And I've been trying for years to work out who this is, because it might be someone from like school who's doing that, which I'd be fascinated to be like, who's the kind of person that does that? But there was one recently where it was like in this old shopping centre in Burgess Hill, where I used to live.
Oh, so he's local.
That I don't think it was him actually, but he probably would be. It says people you may know, and he just went into this abandoned shopping centre, and it's obviously incredibly eerie, but also just kind of fascinating.
In Burgess Hill, there's an abandoned shopping centre.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird part to focus on. Is that the interesting?
I don't think I've ever seen an abandoned shopping centre. It's quite a rare thing to have.
I guess so. Or urban decay stuff. Yeah, I guess it's...
Abandoned shopping centre. Surely that's...
urban decay.
Right.
That.
He's focusing on that.
Yeah, but he goes into places like that. So
Right.
it's not necessarily like me
Freaky.
and my dad's house. There's some like clearly abandoned houses, which I've heard people like be in there for like a thing. I imagine you never would, and you shouldn't
No.
because you'd be traumatized.
I mean, the only thing I have done is that I've gone to a local ruin called Minster Lovell,
right,
and gone crayfish picking there. We've got many crayfish in our rivers in the UK.
Have you?
Yeah, we all do. You do
we
too.
all do. Do we have crayfish in our
Loads of crayfish.
Yeah,
you grab them and then
Sounds
you put them
weird,
back. But you can also cook with them.
You grab them and put them, but just like a fishing expedition.
It's kind of like a...
And you pick them up with your hand?
Yes.
Really?
Not with anything else.
Like a net? It's not crazy,
I think
is
you
it?
pick them up with your
I
hand.
wasn't suggesting your knob, was I?
I hope not.
I hope knob.
I hope not knob. You can go pick them up. They're kind of grey little groblets. They're like hedgehogs of the river, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's
Enough
my
about crayfish.
That's my own experience of kind of exploring ruins. At a ruin near me, they have crayfish.
Crayfish? They have crayfish in a ruin. What are you talking about?
They have crayfish in a river next to a ruin near me.
Right, so you went to a ruin
and grabbed some
What kind of
crayfish.
ruin was it?
Minster Lovell.
Which is what?
A massive old ruin, like an ancient 13th, 14th century huge ruin.
The 13th century ruin, medieval ruin.
So it's not quite...
So that's not really...
It's not quite sort of southeast London, but it's bloody hell. It doesn't hurt.
Oh my God. Right, so you went, that's your experience of that. It's going to a medieval ruin and then picking crayfish in the river near
Yeah, I'm
it.
not all like fucking abandoned shop. Oh, there's an abandoned SEX in Haywards Heath.
You're doing that because you're not...
They're doing porn in there. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm looking at crayfish.
It's not that you're trying to act like, oh, gives a fuck, I've got crayfish to pick. It's because you'd be fucking terrified.
You think it's punk to be...
I don't think it's punk, but
It's
there
not
is
punk.
something interesting in it.
It is interesting.
But you'd be too scared.
I'd be way too scared.
Fair enough.
I still can't... The other day, I had to tell Nana to stop pretending to be a demon.
Yeah,
I had to film her.
To film her?
Be like...
Is this after Boys Gone Wild?
Yes. I was being like...
Is she...
What's my surname?
Yeah.
What's my surname? What did we do on our first date? Like, and I filmed her for 20 seconds.
What's she saying about all this now? She's saying like this has to stop.
Yeah.
Because if my girlfriend was like, I need to film you to make sure you're not a demon when you've been scared for a demon for like 2 months now, that's like, you've really got to stop.
Yeah, it's
this
verging
now.
on mad. So anyway, I couldn't experience
I don't
anything.
think I'm not too up for going around haunted. Yeah, or like, you know, houses that look haunted.
No way.
I'd like to go in an abandoned shopping centre.
Asking for trouble. It's quite zombie apocalypse.
It is,
style.
yeah. It's apocalyptic, which I like the kind
Zombie
of...
films often seem to focus on like kind of abandoned spaces.
Yeah.
So I'd be worried about zombies.
Cutting film analysis.
Abandoned spaces.
You see, the thing about apocalypse films is they often focus on the abandoned spaces that are actually left behind from civilization. It's an interesting trope that they deploy in order to make us feel the gaps in what's going on.
That's very interesting.
Well, there you go. You haven't just got an answer. You've got some film analysis as well, which seems like the perfect time
Protect the crayfish.
to hike our way up to Peace's pasture.
What's going on up there, Andrew?
The pasture is radiant as ever, but they're all wearing bungee cords.
Because they want safety first.
Lots of carabiners around.
If I died because I forgot to attach the rope to the rock,
Yeah.
let me fall.
Well, no one's going to stop you.
Well, exactly.
There you go. That's what it looks like in Peace's pasture. And as ever, we're going to finish off this episode on exploration with some pieces that we've each written. But for my piece this week, I've actually managed to find a genuine historical artifact. This is a true... 2 different journals we've uncovered, or historians have uncovered, from 2 people on an exploration expedition. So it's kind of showing the 2 sides of what an expedition can look like from the accounts of genuine people back in the past. Okay. So we're going to dive into that. I'll read one of them, you can read the other one.
Here goes nothing.
Captain Ramsay's expedition into the unknown Arctic. First mate Thomas Kerwin's travel log. Day 1. The ship looks in great nick. I am honoured to be part of this quest to expand human understanding of the outer world. I lay in anticipation of the wonders that lie ahead, but my worries of the dangers are also ever present. The crew looks strong and able, although there is this one man who seems even more incompetent than he is smelly. I'll have to keep an eye on him.
Captain Ramsay's expedition into the unknown Arctic. Junior poop deck worker Humphrey Milner's travel log. Day 1. I remain undetected. Without a single day's training, I have convinced people of my nautical skills. I do not know the mission of this ship, but it does not affect mine. Soon I will begin my plan. Cunningly, silently, moving as the wind amidst the great ocean. Patience and courage are the faculties I must summon, and those principles alone will guide me towards my noble objectives.
First Mate Thomas Kerwin's travelogue, Day 2. We caught the smelly boy trapped in a barrel of porridge this morning. After 1 minute of what can only be described as light questioning rather than any sort of interrogation, he confessed he was only on board the ship to steal our porridge. We asked him what his plan was when he obtained the barrel of porridge, given we are already about 80 nautical miles away from land, to which he responded that he was to float back to land, using the porridge barrel as a vessel. We have as such confined him within his quarters, whilst the captain and I confer on what to do with the boy.
Junior poop deck worker Humphrey Milner's travelogue, Day 2. I'm covered in porridge and locked in my room. I fear I may have underestimated these devils. But what can always be certain is others' underestimation of myself. It has taken far more than locks and chains to keep old Humphrey Milner down before, and I intend to break free of this confinement with ease. Adaptability is that heretic Darwin's key to survival, and times of great peril call for heresy and adaptation. A new strategy bubbles in my mind, one they will never envision, for they lack the sight of the devil and the physical prowess of the tiger.
First Mate Thomas Kerwin's travelogue, Day 3. The smelly boy started crying from his confinements this morning, insisting that he'd shit himself and was too worthless a person to even be a prisoner, stating, and I quote directly from him, "I'm disgusting, I'm so disgusting, I'm covered in poo. Please, 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 I'm covered in poo." Upon our entering of his quarters, he attempted to strike us with a loaf of bread. It remains unclear as to why he didn't use the steel frying pan that was in the corner of the room, or why he felt it necessary to actually cover himself in his own fecal matter when this was clearly a ploy to get us to enter the room. Nonetheless, we thought it best to stow him on the very lower deck of the ship, lest he cause any further disruption to our noble voyage.
Junior poop deck worker Humphrey Milner's travelogue, Day 3. I'm covered in my own poo and locked at the bottom of the ship. Perhaps I underestimated these seafarers, who have clearly had their fair share of dalliances with the dark arts. But again, these fools know not who they've chained. It will keep far more than a couple of setbacks and chains to keep junior poop deck worker Humphrey Milner down. I have one final play up my sleeve. One majestic, inevitable, dazzling chess move that will leave these sea devils bamboozled, wishing they'd never traded blows with a man such as myself. Humphrey Milner shall prevail.
First Mate Thomas Kerwin's travelogue, Day 4. We found the smelly boy dead this morning. It seems he decided to kill himself by bashing his head against the wall, God knows how many times. Again, it's unclear on why he decided to do this, as we were considering dropping him off at the nearest port to avoid any further disturbances, but instead we've had to throw his corpse off the ship, which is still mostly covered in his own excrement. Alas, we cannot know the mind of such a man. Regardless, our expedition voyage is on, and to the Arctic we sail for the good of mankind. A fascinating historical artifact. It really shows the two sides of what it was like to be on an expedition in the 15th century.
You don't want to be a little porridge boy.
You don't want to be a little porridge.
The porridge boys are the first to die, I think.
Often they are.
Because they need to think more broadly than just about porridge.
Yes, that's always the porridge boys' downfall, is they're just thinking about porridge.
Death by porridge.
Death by porridge. And death by...
hitting his head against the wall, like obsession. Yeah. I immediately thought of obsession.
Yeah, I imagine you didn't see the whimsy in that. It's just terror for you now.
It's horrific.
Yeah. It's horrific.
There's no whimsy in smacking your head against the wall.
Yes,
unless you do it once.
To kill yourself by smacking your head against the wall is hilarious.
No, because if you actually think about the science of that, it's awful.
I know it's technically awful, but fundamentally it is funny.
I guess like if you do it once and you perfectly connect with your temple.
No, it was loads of times.
Well, that's awful, Andrew.
Well, the medieval times were tough.
Definitely, and full of porridge.
Charlie, please, you have a piece for us.
I have a piece. It's a piece from my heart, and it's about porridge. No, it's about it's about exploration, and it's called exploration as well. Big fat explorer. I miss my ex Laura. She's scary and she's gorgeous. I don't suppose you've saw her. When I get sad, then I draw her, and I kiss my little drawing. Then I start yawning and sleep down on the cartoon. Waking with the paper cuts. Falling in love takes guts. And if you don't explore your heart, did you ever even start? Laura, please call me. Thank you.
You say lie down on the cartoon?
Yes.
What's that?
I lie down on the drawing of Laura.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, there is absolutely justified for exploration to talk about the exploration of our hearts and our emotions, which we didn't touch on in the main body of the episode.
But it goes without saying.
What a fucking surprise you've touched on it in your piece. But from the heart and wonderful and lovely as ever.
And falling in love takes guts, Andrew.
Falling in love takes guts. Is that the best exploration of them all?
Absolutely. Without doubt.
Without a doubt.
And also, if you don't, 9 times out of 10, or even 99 times out of 100, it's going to really hurt and be shit. If you fall in love, because unless you're going to die with that person, it's going to hurt a lot, right?
Yeah.
They're going to leave you.
Yeah.
You might leave them. Either way, it's fucked.
Yeah.
So, kudos to you guys. Shout out to the lovers and shout out to all the love.
Here's all the lovers. Charlie, what have we learned this week?
We've learned that water bears are active on our heads.
I'm surprised you've come from water bears.
We've learned that really deep down, there may be just eternal tiny sequences of organisms.
Which might hold the answer to consciousness.
Exactly. And we may be living on a giant's ankle.
True.
What have you learned this week?
I've learned that exploration can happen anywhere. And most importantly, what was it called? The French thing. Flaneur. And a flaneur shows us that it can just be in normal life. You don't have to go to a mountain to explore, because you can just go to your local shop or even your local soil or your local knee and have a look at all the micro things that are going on.
The possibilities really are endless.
They really are endless. And life is one big exploration. And we're exploring on this podcast as we try and do every week.
My heart is in your heart.
Love you, Charlie.
Love you too.
See you next week.
It's Henry and Charlie investigate. They're going to find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Andrew's spoiled. Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're going to find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's enough from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.